Greetings, family. Welcome and welcome back. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're already a part of our soul family, thanks for returning. You are loved and appreciated. Family, I have a very important message to deliver to you today from the ancestors. Please keep in mind this is a collective message, which means everything will not fit for everybody. So take what fits and leave the rest. If this message resonates with you, show this video some love, tap the like button, drop a comment, and share to someone else that may need to receive this message as well. If you need more clarity, there will be a link down below in the description box where you can book a personal reading with me. So let's not waste any time. We're going to jump right into this message. Without further ado, family, let's get into it. My beautiful, beautiful people. This message is for somebody who is resilient. Somebody is determined to conquer their fears, bad habits, their lower self is what I'm hearing. This is someone who is courageous and they have a very impressive amount of strength. That's where your resilience comes in. For some of you, you were knocked down so many times in your life, and each time you found your way back up standing taller and taller, even during times where you didn't expect that result. There were times where you got knocked down and you wanted to just stay on the ground. There were times where you didn't want to stay on the ground, but you tried to get back up and your knees buckled a little bit. And you were like, how am I going to do this? But regardless, you stood tall time and time again. Okay? And some of you with this Queen of Wands here in reverse have been battling insecurities, okay? And I feel like these insecurities are due to some type of trauma that you've experienced during your life. I want to say mostly like your younger years. So this could be in school. Some of you guys were picked on and bullied. Some of you guys were abused physically, sexually, verbally. Some of you guys were lied to and cheated on in relationships. Some of you guys were stabbed in the back by friends. And I feel like some of these things happening have caused you to question yourself, which is why this insecurity is here. And because of this insecurity, it has created blockages within you. Mainly your sacral chakra, your solar plexus chakra. For some of you, it's your heart chakra because these situations turned you cold, right? And so you kind of became closed off. And when you close off, you create blockages. And that's because certain things within you aren't able to flow as they normally should or would. Okay? Trust me, I know from experience because I have experienced that. I've experienced problems with my heart because I've been closed off for such a long time. So then when that happens and you realize what's causing it, it forces you to go within. For some of you, these insecurities led to a lack of creativity. Some of you had a hard time completing tasks that you really wanted to complete. Some of you wanted to do something creative, write a book, draw a picture, start a business, but you had a hard time doing that because of the fact that you had these blockages, and blockages cause delays. When all of your chakras are not aligned, it creates imbalance. Okay, and this can be a spiritual imbalance. It could be an energetic imbalance. It could even be a chemical imbalance because your mind, body, and soul is not aligned. So some of you may have been really good at doing something when you were younger. And then when you got older, after you endured all this trauma and abuse, it's like you lost that skill, right? Or I won't say that you lost it, but it kind of went to sleep. It was lying dormant, right? And so it caused procrastination, laziness, lack of progress, a lack of ambition because you felt like, well, damn, the thing I was good at, I'm not good at anymore. So what now? And so a lot of you kind of just fell back into, I guess, I don't want to say old habits, but you fell back into, let's say, the matrix, or you fell back into the mundane. Going to work every day, coming home, eating dinner, going back to work the next day, just going to work, paying bills, like robotic. But something didn't feel right for you. You started to realize this is not what I want for myself. I'm bored. Okay. We got the Knight of Pentacles here in reverse. And the Knight of Pentacles speaks about laziness, procrastination, okay? And I don't feel, for a lot of you, I don't feel like you're lazy or lacking ambition. It's just that you haven't been able to find that spark, all right? And remember, don't force it to fit, because for some of you, you were able to find your spark, right? But for others of you, you're still in that process of trying to figure out what that spark is, and that's why you're here. And so with the Four of Staffs upright, it speaks about harmony, okay, homecoming, stability. And so for some of you, you've been finding your way, and there's been a celebration. Like, you're taking little baby steps and you're celebrating yourself each step of the way, as you should. Because the more you celebrate and show gratitude, the more things you manifest that you have to be grateful for. So in doing this, some of you created an environment where, since it was such a long time since you've had this spark, or since it took a long time for you to find your spark or reconnect with your spark, you started working at this thing, whatever this thing was, 24/7. Okay, maybe even 25/8. And so for some of you, it created burnout. You were restless with this Four of Swords here in reverse. You couldn't sleep. All you could think about was this spark. How can I use this spark to bring wealth to myself? For some of you, it became an obsession, right? And remember, I always tell you, there has to be an equilibrium. There has to be equal balance between work and self-care or play, however you want to label it. And so there was no balance. The Four of Swords also speaks about a lack of introspection, feeling trapped, ignoring warning signs. Some of you were developing physical symptoms, right? And those physical symptoms were a result of, I want to say, your body being in distress, being tired. Okay. And the lack of introspection, it was like some of you, like, you started to sit with yourself, go within in order to find this spark. And then once you found it, you stopped doing that. Or for some of you, you were able to reconnect with this spark by maybe reconnecting with old friends or taking courses like refreshers, something of the sort. And so to clarify the Four of Swords here in reverse, I'm like, why is the Four of Swords here in reverse? Like, why was there burnout? And we got the Knight of Cups in reverse. So it speaks about instability, moodiness, emotional manipulation. So it was like your mood, your general aura and energy was manipulated because there was a chemical imbalance. You weren't putting enough water into, like, so, all right, this is what I'm picturing. I'm picturing there being 4 cups, right? Only 1 cup is full. The other 3 cups are completely empty. So you take some of the water from the full cup to try to distribute it evenly amongst all of the cups. But it wasn't distributed evenly for you. It was like 1 cup was full, 75%. 1 cup had 10%. Another cup had 1%. It was like it wasn't even. And so Source, your ancestors, your spirit guides, and your higher self had to kind of like bring you back to this place of being regrouped. Okay, with the Death here in reverse. The death in reverse speaks about resistance to change, fear of the unknown, stagnation. I feel like some of you were afraid of getting back here or getting back to that place where you're going within because you were afraid of what you might find. That could be it for some of you. For some of you, it was a broken relationship. Something came to an end that caused you to go into work mode, straight work mode. Like there was no time for introspection. There was no time for you to go within and heal your emotional trauma, which I feel like is what caused that Knight of Cups in reverse with the emotional manipulation. There was trauma there that was unhealed. It was unresolved trauma is what I'm hearing. So there was a disconnect. And for some of you, this wasn't a love relationship or even a friendship or a family member that you were really close to. This was just simply you disconnecting from yourself or you disconnecting from source. And so I feel like, so I'm using 2 decks of cards here today. All right. I feel like for some of you with this Page of Pentacles here upright, you came across an opportunity. Something came to you. There was an opportunity for you to learn something and you explored that opportunity. You explored all avenues. You started to focus up. And you started to become grounded and focused on pursuing your goals. But not only that, you made the conscious decision to also work on yourself. With the Queen of Pentacles here, you made the decision to nurture yourself. Okay? You made the decision to be kind and generous to yourself. And that started to bring in abundance for you. So for some of you, this is I don't want to say the breaking point, but this is the point where all of the ideas started to flow and your creativity started to break through again. Like, okay, and I will say that you started to experience your breakthrough. You started to experience your breakthrough. For some of you, this has not happened yet in the 3D, but it's happening in the 5D, okay? You will be receiving your breakthrough really soon. I feel like for some of you, and I mentioned this before earlier in this reading, there was some childhood trauma, unresolved trauma from your childhood that needed to be resolved first in order for you to experience your breakthrough. There is a need here for you to boss up. Some of you are really focused on bossing up. You want to be of service. You may be donating. You may be working with community centers. You may have created your own organization to help little girls or little boys or ex-felons or someone who may be outcasted from society. A group of people that may have been outcasted from society. Maybe like even foster children. Some of you in the midst of doing this met your soulmate, or you will be meeting your soulmate while doing this. For those of you that haven't experienced this as yet, let me know in the comment section if this is making sense. I feel like this reading is all over the place. I don't know. I'm a little confused today. It's like it's so many things going on here. So for some of you, while you're doing this community service, while you're walking in your purpose, that's when you will be meeting your soulmate or your soul tribe, people that you can relate to, okay? Some of you spent a lot of time in solitude, or some of you are spending a lot of time in solitude because you're trying to awaken. You're trying to successfully get through the spiritual awakening that you are enduring at the moment, because this awakening is going to give you a fresh start. And with this awakening, you'll be able to heal your inner child, because some of you are feeling stuck. And the reason why you're feeling stuck is because there are things within you that must be healed. Okay? Create. Yes. So once you heal that and you get unstuck, you will be able to create again. I really feel like this is something that you guys used to do and you stopped doing it. And I don't want to say you forgot how to do it, but you just haven't really had the motivation to do it again or to keep going. So remember I talked about blockages earlier? There are blockages causing delays and stopping your creative juices from flowing. So you have to fill your cup. That's what we have here. It says fill your cup. So some of you may be going on a vacation. You may be going in the water, like doing a ritual in the beach water, in the ocean water. Maybe even going to a spa that has like a pool or a jacuzzi. You have to do things to fill your cup up, okay? And once you fill your cup, then you'll be able to follow your spark. So again, it's healing. It's going to take for you to go within. It's going to take for you to go within. Then you can follow your spark. You'll be getting that spark back and you'll be able to follow it. All right. And some of you, while doing this, while following your spark, it's so funny how both decks of cards are saying the same exact thing. Once you reconnect with that spark and you follow that spark, you follow your purpose, boom, you develop community, a support system, a solid support system. And remember I spoke earlier about the fact that some of you were abused, left for dead, and mistreated in your younger years. I feel like that is the reason why you were in this place of solitude for a long time. Like you didn't trust anybody. You felt like nobody could really understand and overstand where you're coming from. And so now once you start to follow your purpose and you follow that spark, you meet a new community of people. You meet your soul tribe and even your soul mate, your divine masculine or divine feminine. And the reason why you connect so much with these people is because you realize that you're interested in the same things. Okay. A lot of you are going to be focusing on your wealth, material wealth and abundance, building financial wealth for your bloodline, building generational wealth. Many of you will be traveling and exploring, going hiking, visiting museums. I feel like a lot of you are being led. You're being divinely guided to do that. You're being divinely guided to remember and reconnect with who you are. Because this is going to pick you up out of your slum. It says tidy up. So yeah, there's a mess that's being cleaned up here. There's a mess that's being cleaned up. And I feel like your ancestors are guiding you to, to take in the necessary steps in order to heal this unresolved trauma. Some of you are finding yourselves in these new places, like you're realizing exactly who you are and what you come from. And once you do that, you step into your power. For some of you, you may need to literally tidy up your space because remember, clutter causes blockages, delays. It also causes mental clutter, mental instability, emotional clutter, negative energies, negative vibes. So clean up. Boom, we got release ritual here. So yes, some of you are releasing. So you're cleaning up. You could be tidying up or cleaning up physically, like your actual space, your living space, or even your car. I'm hearing your trunk. Some of you have a really messy trunk. But also some of you are cleaning up from your past. So you're releasing people of the past. You're releasing situations and traumas of the past. Okay. And with this, you'll then be reaching your finish line. You get to the place that you've always wanted to be, where you're feeling at peace. You're feeling successful. Okay. Some of you daydreamed about being in this place. You spent years trying to manifest being in this place. You spent years trying to manifest this type of fulfillment, a wish fulfillment, but you didn't realize that the reason why it wasn't coming to you is not because you are the forgotten child. Okay, you're not chopped liver. You realize it wasn't coming to you because there were things within you that needed to be cleaned up. Okay, there's attachments that you need to be releasing. And you need to find the inner strength that it takes in order to release those emotional or spiritual or energetic attachments. We got the Find an Oracle card coming out again. Find an Oracle. So some of you guys will benefit from going to therapy or even booking a life coach. You can tap the link down below in the description box to see if you'll be able to benefit from my Elevation Life Coaching program. Okay, some of you guys might need a personal reading as well. That link is also down below in the description box, because you may need someone to help you see the bigger picture. You may need a different perspective. Okay, some of you guys are overindulging in something, and that is causing a blockage, as far as like you're not able to see things clearly because you are doing something in excess. Okay, for some of you it's working. Some of you, you're working too much, but the work that you're doing has nothing to do with your purpose. Don't force that to fit though. Okay, some of you guys need to take some time, and we got the sexy time card here. So some of you guys need to take some time and love on yourself, nurture yourself. Or for those of you who are in a relationship, take some time away from work to nurture your relationship as well. Self-care is very important here. Okay, someone's going to be receiving justice as well. Someone's going to be receiving justice. Someone that hurt you from the past, they may be receiving their karma, or it may be you receiving justice for all the good that you've done. Okay, so your ancestors want you to keep, like, I'm not going to say go with the flow, because you are the flow. Okay, you create the flow. And I feel like the thing is, they want you to realize that. They want you to realize how powerful you really are. They want you to step into your power. You are the flow. You create the flow. And I want you to put that in the comment section too. Okay, I am the flow. I create the flow. Okay. All right, individuality. So it's you are a unique individual. The people that abused you in the past, it was like something about your light really triggered their darkness. Okay, and they didn't know how to react to it. You have a very powerful auric field. You are very, very powerful, and you are very highly ranked in the spiritual realm. Okay, and for some of you, like, your individuality intimidates people, because some people don't know how to be themselves. They don't know how to be comfortable being themselves, but you are that. For some of you, these people hated you because you had qualities that they coveted, is what I'm hearing. You had qualities that they always wished that they had. Okay, you are one of a kind. And this is always bringing you abundance. It feels like for some of you, even though you've had tough times, remember I said earlier how you always find your way out? Like, you always find a way to prevail. It's like, that is your abundance right there. That is you being guided. You're spiritually guided and you're spiritually protected, because there is a skill that they really need you. And when I say they, I mean your ancestors, right? Your spirit team. There is a skill that you possess, your own personal unique skill that you possess, that they need you to tap into, because you are here to raise the vibrational frequency of Mother Gaia, Mother Earth. Okay? And that skill, that creative skill that you have that is lying dormant within you, needs to be awakened in order for you to be able to contribute to raising the frequency of Mother Gaia. Okay? We got sleepless. So a lot of you have been really thinking about this. A lot of you know this. Like, a lot of you are going to work every day, participating in the matrix, in the mundane, but you know deep down inside that you're here for more than that. So as you lay down at night, all you can think of is like how to tap into that energy, because you're not really happy with the life that you've been living. Don't force that to fit, okay? Some of you really would benefit from doing some shadow work. You may not really want to see the ugly parts of yourself, but you need to. You need to, so you can fix that, okay? Think about when you were a child, right? And you got a cut. And in order for your caretaker to address it, you need to show it to them. No matter how ugly it looked, no matter how much it was bleeding, no matter how much you were afraid of it hurting, right? You had to show it to them. You had to bring it out and show them, like, here's my elbow, here's my arm, here's my leg, here's my knee, here's the scab. You had to bring it out so that they could clean it up. You got to bring out the ugly parts of you so that it can be cleaned up. And that may be why some of you need an oracle. That may be why some of you need a therapist or a life coach, okay? You may need some help with that. If you got to cry, cry. Okay? If you got to hate what you see in the mirror, hate what you see in the mirror. Fight through it. It's going to take some work. I got undressed here. Exactly. I got undressed. Here we go. Talking about being naked again, right? Showing all parts of you, even the not so pretty parts. And there's a part of you that knows this. We got deep knowing here with the number 3. There's a part of you that knows this deep down inside. You know that this needs to be done. But we got divine timing here. So some of you are also aware that it's going to happen when it's supposed to happen. And for some of you, the time is now. Okay? And also try not to compare your journey to the journey of others. Because remember, you are on your own personal, unique journey. Okay? And your presence is needed. Your presence is very much so needed. We also got seek guidance here. So yeah, some of you would really benefit from getting some help. We got grief. Some of you may have lost someone who was important to you recently and you just don't know which way to go. Let me get a card to close this reading. Blissed out. Blissed out. So yeah, a lot of you guys, you need to realize how blissed you are, or blessed, okay? You need to realize how gifted you are. Okay? Don't make light of the fact that you've made it through everything. You were literally the rose. Matter of fact, you were the whole entire garden that grew from the concrete. No one expected that from you. No one expected this from you, okay? And so now it's time for you to build on your crafts, build on your purpose so that you can help to raise the vibrational frequency of the planet. Okay, I hope this message resonated with you guys, and I do hope that you take heed to it. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about this message. Sending you guys so much love and healing energy. Until next time, family, peace and oneness.